Okay, hello again. This is kind of related to the pregnancy one, but this is about kids and being a parent, especially a mother, but whoever is, in main care of the child or children. I got to tell you, one of the most important things you can do to help avoid depression and things that can really bring you down is you got to make sure that you have time away from that child or children, especially right after you have a baby. It can be so overwhelming. Make sure you get time for yourself. Ladies, get out there, get away from the baby, from your children. I didn't have this luxury, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how I got through it without losing my mind. I had three kids so close that they were all babies, basically. And I didn't have family or friends helping me. I had no help, couldn't afford to get help. My husband and I were struggling, raising five kids. But I don't know how I got through it. And I don't want you to go through the same suffering I did. I did a lot of crying to get through it, believe me. Make sure you get away. I don't care if it's just for an hour or two. Get away. Make it a point at least once a week, to get away. Tell your husband or your partner, you are going to take care of the baby, the kids. I'm getting away. I'm going to go have a manicure, go get a manicure, go have your hair done, go to a movie, go visit some friends, go to dinner, go to lunch, what have you. You need to make sure that you get away from the children, the baby, or you're going to lose it. Believe me, you're going to lose it. We've all heard the stories of mothers who just like flipped out and went and, ended their children's lives as well as tried themselves. Um, Becoming a parent and being a parent is extremely overwhelming, and you have got to take a break away from it. Even if you're a working parent who's gone all day and then you come home with your children in the evening, even then you still have to take a break. You can't be riddled with guilt thinking, wow, I'm gone all day, I have to spend every waking moment after that with my kids. No, you'll go crazy. At least make one day during the week, one night or day, to where you have a few hours to yourself. If you don't, you are going to end up feeling resentful of the situation. You're going to end up depressed. You're going to end up just not a very happy person. And if you've got somebody who's telling you, whether it be your husband, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, telling you that you have to be around these children or the baby, whatever, all the time, you need to tell them what to do with themselves. Because let me tell you what, that is completely wrong. And anybody who tries to lay guilt on you, telling you that you must be around them all the time without fail, they are full of it. It's very important to you to keep yourself, who you are, keep yourself, and not just become this entire parent. You have to still be your individual personality. You need to keep who you are. Um, the only way you can do that is to get away from the situation as much as possible, or as I shouldn't say as much as possible, but get away from it. Make it a point to do it. Even if it's one day a week that you choose, you must do that, because you will end up in a really bad state of mind. Um, if you don't have anybody to watch your kids, uh, friends or family, find yourself a reputable, a really good daycare center where you can drop off a child for 2 or 3 hours, or your kids, if you can afford to do that. And go do things like go get a manicure, go have a nice lunch with a friend, or if you want to just be at home and relax, make that the time where you can do something like take a nice long bubble bath with candles in the bathroom, and do your beauty treatments that you don't get to because they're always, taking your time. You can make it a wonderful time just at home with nobody else around. It's very important to get away from them, because if you don't, it creates so much stress and it can send you over the edge. Believe me. Um, and you have to make people aware that you're going to take care of you. If you've got anybody making you feel like you can't do this, then maybe you need to get those people out of your life, to be honest with you, because you do need to. Um, Regardless of the age of your children, if you are able to do something like, for instance, say, can you watch the kids, ask whoever that you trust 100%, can you watch the kids for the weekend? You leave on a Friday night, come back on Sunday night. Um, that's really important to do, because you need to break that the cycle you get in, where you're just constantly stressed about taking care of the kids, worrying about the kids, doing for the kids, them asking of you, begging of you. You need to get away from that. And if you get to do something like get away from them, say for an entire day and a night or a weekend, don't be calling. Don't be calling. You tell who's ever taking the kids. If something happens, of course, call me. Try to break your mind from that part of your life and enjoy the time that you're having. Say you decide to find a good friend and you say, hey, let's go stay at a hotel for a weekend. And then while you're there, you go out, you go to dinner, you go to lunch, you go shopping, you go just sightseeing, whatever. Um, Break your mind away from that that part of your life. It's very important to do that. A lot of women particularly feel that unless they're with their kids all the time, that they're not being a good mother. Well, that's not true. If you don't take care of yourself first, you're not going to do the greatest job taking care of the kids. You've got to break that. Talk to your husband or your partner and tell them, look, I am so stressed out from watching the kids every day, all day, or after work. I'm so tired and I have to take care of the kids, bathe them, help them with homework, whatever. Um, I'm stressed. I need to get away. Excuse me, and talk to them and tell them I've got to get away. If they're not understanding about it and you need to find, like, let's say you're married and your husband's like, oh, that's ridiculous. Well, then you know what? You go find someone else to watch those kids and you get away. You don't put yourself in the position where you feel like you're really going to lose it because you can't get a break mentally from all the stresses of being a parent. And there are millions. It doesn't end with just, okay, well, they're healthy. No, there's as we all know, from the time they're born to it actually never goes away, to be honest with you. But while they're still at home and they're young and they need direction and guidance and all that, it's a very stressful time um, on you. Especially as women, we tend to take things a lot more personal and we're a lot more emotional about it. Um, you get out there and you forget that family world, okay? If it's something as simple as going to have coffee by yourself, go to a nice coffee shop, Starbucks or something, relax, get you a nice coffee and a nice little dessert or something that they have as a treat, from Starbucks. Enjoy that moment. If you have a laptop, take it and enjoy your time without the children, without the partner, husband, whatever. Enjoy that time. You really, really need that. It can really make you go over the edge if you don't. Take care of yourself in terms of your physical appearance. Go get your hair done. Maybe you want a new hair color. You find this time at least once a week. Set aside some time. And maybe it's a day where it wasn't a planned time, but you're still feeling like I'm going to lose it unless I just, get out of here now. But you have no one to leave the kids with and you can't afford a daycare. Even so much as going outside. If they're so little that they have to be in a stroller, put them in the stroller. If they're old enough to walk with you comfortably, not little tiny toddlers, but say they're 4 or 5 years old, whatever, go for a walk. Just getting outside, just getting away from the environment of the whole family parenting thing can make a big difference. Get that kid, go for a walk, go to the park, let them go play in the playground out there while you sit on the grass or on the bench and just kind of let go while they're playing. Just getting outside of the atmosphere of the home life can make a tremendous difference on how you feel. We used to go walking our dog all the time. We haven't done it since he got injured at the park, but that's a whole other story, freak accident. But when I would go take my dog for a walk, I remember there were days I was so stressed for various reasons. And then we'd go walk the dog, and I would come back feeling like an entirely new person. It made a huge difference. So don't think that you have to leave the kids or that you have to pay somebody to watch them, whatever, if you're not in the position to do so. You can still break that whole cycle of being in that atmosphere where you just, you look around, all you see is the laundry that needs to be done, the dishes that need to be washed, the meals that need to be cooked, the living room that needs to be cleaned, the nursery that needs to be cleaned, whatever. You break your mindset from that, and I'm telling you guys, it'll make a world of difference in how you feel. But you've got to do it. You have got to do it. Don't let yourself get to the point where you feel like, wow, if I stay here one more minute, I'm just going to lose it completely. Don't let yourself get to that point. Even if it means, okay, say you're at home and your partner's at home with you, your husband's at home with you, your boyfriend, girl, whatever. And it's evening and maybe you're so stressed out, you're really not in the mood to get up and go anywhere. You tell that person, you know what? You watch those kids while I'm in my room for half an hour, and I don't want anybody knocking on that door unless they're bleeding or sick. And you make it happen. You tell that person you're sharing the parenthood with, if you have somebody, you make sure you tell them, I'm going to have this time for me. If you don't have anybody and it's one of those moments where you just feel like you could lose it and you can't get away, um, keep the baby occupied or the children occupied. Put them in their room with toys or whatever, and have them occupied. And if they're old enough to understand you, say, and they have to really be old enough, because if you just say don't bother mommy and something happens, they won't if they're not old enough to reason. But if they're old enough to reason, and you say, look, unless somebody gets hurt or somebody comes to the door or something, leave mommy alone for a little while. I just need to relax. And leave your door cracked. I wouldn't suggest closing it if they're young, but leave it cracked so you can hear what's going on. But kind of relax, come down from it all. Even if it's just for 15 minutes, it can make a world of difference. If you don't do this, I'm telling you, you will end up being very resentful of many things. And don't feel bad. If you need to get away, you tell somebody, I need to get away. Can you watch the kids for a couple hours? I'm going to go get a manicure. Whatever it is you want to go do. I'm going to go for a walk. Sometimes nothing helps you more than just going for a walk, believe it or not, as silly as it sounds, but just looking at everything around you as you walk, the surrounding outside environment can completely change your mood to a better feeling. Just get out and look at things. Appreciate little things. If you walk by flowers, how pretty they are. If you're in a park and you see how beautiful it is, appreciate those little things and get your mind away from that whole home setting. I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. And don't let anybody make you feel guilty. That's the whole thing with mothers, especially. You let people make you feel so guilty. They're not living your life, damn it. You are living your life. And if you're feeling that, got to that point where you've got to get away, you do it. You make arrangements for your child or your children, and you go. You go. Um, if you don't do this, the worst that can happen, as we all know, is, like I said earlier, is some tragic things can happen because everybody has made women to feel that they have to hold everything in and just tough it out no matter what. Well, you know what? We're human too. And we're going to have our, just like a guy who gets, if he's been working at his job and he gets his 2 weeks vacation, he gets to get off at 5 and go home and do nothing. Well, guess what? That doesn't really happen when you're a parent, at least with women. I know it still happens a lot in households because men think they can come home and pretty much do nothing while the woman continues. That's bull. You need to tell them, sorry, I work all day too. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you tell them I work all day too. I work like a dog. I'm taking care of the kids. I'm doing the laundry. I'm cleaning. I'm cooking. I'm driving them to and from. I work too, and I need my time now too. Don't you ever let anybody make you feel that because you're a stay-at-home mom that you're not working. You're working very hard. And if you are a mom who goes to work and then comes home to take care of your kids, you still need your time too because you're stressed from your job and then you come home to another job, which is the kids. So don't ever let anybody tell you, well, you've been gone all day. No, you need your time. Plan it at least once a week. And sometimes if you can't get out, maybe some friends can come over and just visit to talk. And you, like I said earlier in my other video, release talk, vent, it helps a lot to vent. But make plans for yourself. Try to get away from the kids. Try to get away from the whole family setting so that you can still be you, that woman inside, that girl. Don't lose your youthfulness, try to keep that inside of you, that little girl part of you where you want to go and do those girly things or just fun things, whatever. You got to make the time to do that. If you don't, you'll be sorry. Believe me, you'll be sorry. It'll show in the way you look. It'll show in the way you act, in the way you feel. Believe me, it's not worth it. Get out there, have a good time. Find anything. It doesn't have to be something expensive and fantastic. Just find anything. Look for, like, if you like to get manicures, they always have little specials. $10 manicure today or whatever. Just find little things. Or even go grocery shopping. How many of us as parents have had to take our kids and they're screaming and yelling for everything that they want? Well, if you want to take those 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, that somebody's watching your kids to just go do something like grocery shopping, it's peaceful. You can go through and do what you need to and get what you want and not be driven crazy by the time you reach the checkout. So find that time away from your baby, from your kids, and your husband or partner, or if you're alone, find your time to go out. If you're a single parent, go out to be with somebody. And if you can't find anybody, then just go walking. Just go to a coffee shop, whatever. Go to the mall just to see people, just to get out and look at window shopping, that sort of thing. It makes a world of difference. So do it, ladies. Take care of yourselves so that you can take care of them, and avoid a lot of depression and hard feelings about the whole parenthood thing, because like I said, it's got its good, it's got its bad. You got to take care of that bad. So talk to you later, and I hope this helps you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.